Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to the Dice Tower. This is a show about board games. That's the whole point of this YouTube channel. I started well over a decade ago, and I get asked a lot of questions about board games. I get asked about what's my favorite board game. If I meet somebody, that's usually the first question they'll ask me. What's the best board game? And people are often very, very impressed with, this job that I have. And I think, and I should say publicly, that I am always feel very blessed and privileged to have such a cool job here, to be part of this, to run the Dice Tower here about board games. One of the questions I get asked all the time, though, people say, do you still play board games for fun? Or I often get asked something along the lines of, do you ever get tired of board games? Now, you can get tired of anything. I have my favorite foods, but if I sat there and ate them every single day, every meal, perhaps I would get tired of them. But I think it's important to kind of sometimes just come out and say that I love board games. I really do. I've been reviewing games for over 20 years now, and I love them as much, if not more, than when I first started. Now, you might think, and it is possible, right, that you become more jaded as time goes by. Because I've played a lot of different games. I was looking at my rankings today. I've given 41 games a rating of 1 out of 10. 139, 2. 248, 3s. 449 games I've given a 4 to. And 1,018 games I've given a 5 to. Those are all games that I do not like, bringing that to a total of 1961, almost 2,000 games. And then if you include the 1,895 games that I've given a 6 to, which is me going, they're fine, that's 3,856 games that I've played as of today that I went, I don't like them at all. Out of 8,663 games. Now, happily, you'll notice that the majority of games I do enjoy, but there's a lot of them that I don't. And so you might think, after playing all those negative games and all those things that I don't enjoy, or the fact that I have to review games, you have to do this, and I do have to do it to some degree, that I might get tired of the whole process and tired of board gaming in general. But I want to be clear, I really, really, really like games. I know that not everyone in this business loves games. I know this because I've been to board game industry events, and some people there are thrilled to play games, and many people are not. They like to hang out with people, they like to do other things, but board games are sort of, it's the business. For me, here at Dice Tower, it is the business, but it's also the funness. It really is. And so I want to talk about why I love them very quickly. Number one is the joy of discovery. For me, that's still one of my driving factors every time I pull a game off the shelf. In fact, this week here in the Dice Tower, we just played 2 games in our We'll Play It Live on Monday that were both pretty terrible games. And yet I left that session feeling I was happy. Why? Because I found 2 games that weren't amazing. And I can check them off my list. But the previous day before that, I had played a game. I was like, oh my word, how much this game is great. And then at that night, I went home and played a game that was fantastic. Yes, we have big, grandiose releases in this industry and huge projects. And people will, I'm excited about this. But there's also these little games, and I'll play them, and I go, not very good, not very good. Oh my word, this one is amazing. And I love that joy of discovery. Secondly, the highs beat the lows. I said, and this is very related to what I just said, that I play a lot of negative games. But I'll tell you what, when I play a game that's an amazing experience and fantastic fun, I remember that. I struggle sometimes to remember the negative experiences, and I've done them. I sat through a game that went on way too long. I played games with people who were maybe not the most fun people to play games with. I played games that were not terrifically great. I can't remember those experiences that much. There's a few experiences that I might remember, but I tell you what, I remember when I'm playing a game and go, this is amazing. When everyone at the table stands up, the laughter at a party game when someone does something really silly. All these things just thrill me, and these highs are way better than the lows. My worst day at gaming is better than, my best thing of doing almost anything else. Then I want to talk about how I love sharing games. I do. That's why I started reviewing games. I didn't start reviewing games because I thought it could be a job. In fact, I was pretty convinced it would never get to that point. How would I ever get to a point where I could do this as a full-time thing? Now I have, and that's thrilling, but I did it. The main reason I started writing reviews was because I wanted to tell other people about them. I like telling people about things that mean a lot to me. You know, if you talk to me and ask me about my wife or my family, I'll love telling you about them because I love them. If I find a great thing at a restaurant, some great food, I'm going to tell people about it because I want to share that experience. And that's what I love about board games. When I play a fun board game, a game that's amazing to me, I get to tell everybody about it. That's fantastic. And so that's what I love. I also love the educational aspect about games. You know, games keep my brain thinking. I'm a big fan of thinking, logical reasoning, storytelling, creativity. There's different ways that people express that for sure. Some people do it through music in various ways, and there's a lot of cool ways to do it. But for me, one of those ways is board gaming. Yes, not every board gaming is going to teach me geography, science, history, math, English, but a lot of them do. And a lot of games just teach me basically how to think, and it keeps my brain active, and I really enjoy that about them. Also, folks, it's the people. It's the people, man. That's why I love gaming. I meet so many people. There are so many people that I played games with that I would not have met otherwise. We have different beliefs. We have different backgrounds and how we think about politics and all sorts of things, and yet we can sit at the same table and have a fantastic time. And I meet people and learn about people and have a great time with people that I might not otherwise do. And then of these people, as I go throughout my life, I have so many fantastic friends that I met. As a child, I was playing games in my neighborhood. At college, I met people there that I would play games with. Post-college, throughout, I have friends all over the world. And maybe you're watching this and you're one of them we've met. What a fantastic thing. We would not have done that if it had not been for board games. And then, of course, for me, family. I love my family. I have 7 children. I played board games with all 7 of them. I have 4 brothers and sisters and my parents, and I played board games with them. I love that aspect. When I was first moved to Korea, one of the main reasons I looked at board games was because I wanted something I could share with my wife, something I could do because she wasn't as interested in my miniatures and collectible card games. So I wanted something to do with her, and I found this, and what a great experience it was. And then I realized that I could include other people in. I've been playing games with my daughter Melody since she was 2. And now it's 2 decades later, and I'm playing games with my other kids, and it's a great time. I fondly remember playing games with my parents. I want to pass that on down. It is quality time. We have a great time and great experiences. Folks, I love board games. I know that a lot of people don't, and that's fine. You know, I don't think you have to love board games to be in the board game industry. But for me, it's fantastic. I just had a board gaming weekend. Tonight, as of me recording this, I am going to play board games. I'm going to Game Meetup. I'm not going because I have to. I have many games queued up for the review purposes. I have a lot of different things that I'm doing. But you know what? I still can't wait to go anyway because I like it. I like it for all the reasons I said. This is still my passion. It's still fantastic. And I hope that you enjoy it too. So check out our videos on this channel, because we're here to tell you about board games. When we tell you about bad board games, it's not because we're sick of stuff, because we're tired of things in the industry. It's because we're like saying, don't play this stuff. Instead, play these amazing, wonderful games. Oh, and you played those games that we thought were terrible, but you loved them? Terrific, because board games are wonderful. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time on the Dice Tower.